It's no secret that the entire role of tank has been miserable to play for about a season and a half now. Ever since the DPS passive was introduced, you've been able to do absolutely nothing as some tanks, and because of this, Orisa has been the meta pick because she just does not die. Well, didn't die until the recent patch. Thank God they nerfed her. This, however, is all about to change in the mid-season patch. Some overall buffs are coming to the entire role, as well as some specific ones for specific heroes. And in this video, I'm going to talk all about these buffs because lord are they good. I'll get into it in a minute, but first I'm going to ask you to subscribe and leave a like on this video, as I want to continue making Overwatch 2 related content that's not only entertaining, but educational too. Let's start with the general buffs first. Tanks are receiving a new passive ability where they'll take 25% less damage from headshots. On top of this, they're changing the knockback resistance from 30% to 50%, and most importantly, whilst this isn't specifically tank changes, armor is reverting back to the way it worked in the original Overwatch, where it reduces 5 damage per projectile. Now, this is the icing on the cake. This change means that Sigma, for example, will now deal 20 damage per shot on an enemy with armor, rather than 17.5 damage. This is potentially the biggest buff that some heroes have seen. For example, Reinhardt, a hero who's been notoriously bad for the past season and a half, is now seeing his damage skyrocket to 95 from 70 on an armored enemy, because it's only 5 damage reduced per hit. I'll put the link to the entire spreadsheet in the description because some of this stuff is insane. Just remember that this is on armored enemies, this isn't just a general damage buff. Now, for the specific buffs, Junker Queen is seeing a change to her commanding shout, where you can use it whilst channeling other abilities like Knife and Axe, and it's being reduced to a 12-second cooldown. And Wrecking Ball is seeing a damage buff from 50 to 60 damage on Grappling Claw's charge, and 130 to 165 damage on Minefield, with each mine now also dealing 10 meters knockback rather than 5 meters knockback. This is to make up for the fact that now he's basically just not going to be able to kill anything. Pile Driver is also being buffed from locking the enemy out of movement for 0.5 seconds up to 0.75 seconds. But that just about does it for the buffs. Now, will this solve all the problems with tank? No. It's still going to be counter swap hell, but that's just the role at this point. It's going to be a lot better now that these changes are coming in the mid-season patch, but it won't solve every problem with tank. Neither will bringing back 6v6, if anything, that'll actually make it worse. At least now tank will be playable and Horse is out of meta now, so that's definitely going to help tank players have a lot more fun. Although Roadhog and Bogur are back in meta, so let's see how long that lasts. Anyways, thanks for watching. Once again, I'm going to ask you to like this video, as it lets me know that you find these videos not only to be helpful, but entertaining. Let me know what you think about these changes in the comments. Are you excited to see how they feel, or do you think that it's too much change? Finally, have a nice day or night if you're watching this at night, and make sure to check out my other videos. Not only will I appreciate it, but you might too.